story you should write. 29 free throw makes, that's really important.
What else should be in that story?
I think we're very fortunate to win. That's not coach speak. We could not guard them in the second half. I think the first time out they had scored every single possession. They just kept us in rotation. We couldn't guard the ball. 6 guys in double figures. It's hard to beat a team that shoots it as well as they did. I understand that we shot it, but you would think that if you shot 50% from the field and 45% from the three and 83% from the three-point line, from the free throw line, 29 free throw makes and 6 turnovers, you would not think that it would have been a one-possession game if you only knew those numbers. And so we're thankful that we won. I get all of that, but I don't want our guys to be deceived that if we try to turn it into a scoring contest, we'll lose. Wake Forest has better talent, more talent, and you could probably say that across the board the rest of the way. Not that you couldn't have said that before. And so I thought offensively we were much truer to who we have been in our 2 previous home games. But defensively, not very good. Not very good. Not trying to be negative Nelly. If we're going to have a chance to be relative, we'll have to improve dramatically defensively. Of course. Yeah, I don't think when you're 11-6 that you don't want to win. I don't mean that condescending. I don't know what's in store. We may not win another one, but I know that if we're going to have a chance to win another one, we will have to be a lot better defensively. Forcing them into 16 turnovers with the offensive numbers they had and the offensive numbers we had, that's the possession, you know? And I don't think that our style of play necessarily is going to manufacture that number of turnovers consistently. I think we've got to be able to keep the ball out of the box and stay out of rotation. We changed our ball screen coverage there down the stretch, and that was a big change because it at least allowed us to stay between the ball and the basket and contest the shot. But man,
Well, now you have to go on the road for these next two games. Do you feel like this year's team, this team's capable of not going on the road to win an ACC game?
I don't know. Obviously, we haven't proven that yet. And how we played at Duke, if that's the only evidence we would have, you would say we're not. But I do think that at some point that's the next step that we have to take. I'm thankful that we're doing a much better job at home. But again, when you lose as many games as we have lost, that probably means you're not winning much at home or on the road. And so you need to chip away in both categories. And so we've held serve at home. Who do we play after Georgia Tech? I honestly never even look at all that. So we'll have our hands full at Georgia Tech.
Now here you are at 3-1 in the ACC. You guys only won 2 regular season games last year. You kind of feel like, okay, you've already, obviously you outdone yourself from last year. Do you kind of feel like this team is taking a step now? I've got a better team than I had last year, and this is kind of going according to plan here in year 2, or?
Yeah, maybe I'll answer it better at the end. I think I mean this politely, I just think when you're caught up in, consumed with all that we're doing, Berman, it's just so hard to kind of remove it and go, oh, last year you went 11-22 and you got beat a lot. And then, okay, let's stop on January the 13th. My deal says the 14th. Yeah. So I don't process things that way. I think our guys know that we're 3-1. I think they're excited, but I also know that we have 6 home games left and 8 games on the road. And on paper, I don't know that you can look at a team and go, yeah, Virginia Tech will win that one. You know, if you look at the line, the next 14 games, the opponent will have the line. It won't be us.
You guys face Adam Smith, who you're very familiar with. He was the guy that you drew up a lot of late situation shots with. Why did you have so much confidence in him? What was it about him as a player?
Gets it off quick, can really shoot it. A little quicker than you think that he is. Has a big heart, wants to take big shots. And I know we've had a lot of one-possession games already. If we're going to have a chance to win, I said that to both of you guys after Virginia and North Carolina State, our margin's not such that it's going to, I think it's going to be games like this, which is exhausting emotionally, but you have to be able to execute special situations. And I think, obviously, we drew up a lot of stuff for Adam because he could make a shot. And we didn't have a lot of choices, too.
Do you enjoy seeing a former player in a situation like this, or is it awkward? How do you...
Yeah, I don't know how to appropriately answer this question. Obviously, compliance was involved, and you know, coaches get bad press when they prevent somebody from transferring and all that stuff. I don't have an opinion. I don't have enough equity in this business. I have nothing at all, as I told Berman, I have nothing at all against Adam. Adam did nothing wrong. But in my 23-year career, I've never seen a player leave your institution and be allowed to go to another institution in the same conference and be immediately eligible. That's a lot of stuff. So I probably should stay away from it.
29 free throws made. Did you see this coming from how they were shooting free throws in practice lately, I guess, or was that something that was
I don't think we shoot free throws quite as bad as everybody thinks if you remove Shane Henry's numbers. I do think we shot better tonight. Shane didn't shoot any, did he? So that helps. But I think if you're going to the line that many times, when you begin to have success, I think there's a little bit of karma floating around.
Those bids took, he still took 7 threes. It's like he was driving and really taking the whole more. Is that been a point of emphasis at all?
Well, they're guarding him as a spot-up shooter, as they should, right? Shoots it so well, off-catch shoot. You got to have a little bit of variety to your game. And the guy that's guarding you has to be aware of that. And, you know, some of the things that we were doing defensively, we were trying to create some of those switches and create some of that stuff. But I think that also when you can get one to the basket, when you can get one on a one-dribble pull-up or a one-dribble floater, I think that translates into, yeah, I like this catch-shoot three.
You've gotten very little from Satchel Peterson tonight, who's contributed. What made you feel like, okay, here's a spot that I can trust him, or just you need it?
Both. I trust Satch. I think Satch is a really good kid. I know he wants to play more. He has to earn the right to play more. Obviously, foul trouble contributed to that. But I also think that there are certain guys like Jahlil Okafor last year. You know, Satch started when we played Wake in Greensboro. I think he had 4 fouls in 5 minutes. So I don't know that that was necessarily positive. But there are certain guys that Satch, his mobility in comparison to their mobility, he probably matches up better. His ball screen coverage is a little bit better than you would think for a guy his size. He's very intelligent. For a guy that doesn't play, just to put him in that type of game, he knows everything that we do. He's not going to screw up a play. He pays attention to the scouting report. He's a good kid. I hope that he'll continue to grow because we need him to. Can he get 6 and 4 and 15 minutes with an assist and a steal? Boy, that'd really help us.
Zach, 4 for 4 from 3-point range. Is he just getting more and more confident with that shot, I guess? Or,
I think he feels more comfortable shooting it. I promise, if we were all to go over to the practice gym and bet, and I wanted to help you, I would tell you, pick any guy, pick Zach, and you would win. He just kind of has the audacity, like, oh, you don't think I can shoot? I'll shoot. And there's something about that edge. And he, as I've told you before, he has taken more shots in Hurst than any other player since I've been employed here.
Did you ask Justin to be more aggressive with his shot, or was that just how they
I like 5. I like 5. I like who he is. I like his demeanor. I like his spirit. I like how he talks. I like that he's quick. I like that he's left-handed. I like that he has little man syndrome. You got it. You got it too. Napoleon complex, you know. 5's just a lot sweeter person than you are. And I think that there was a little bit of their freshman point guard, our freshman point guard. I think there was a little bit of that going on out there. And I love watching fights. And 5 will fight you. And I mean that figuratively. And I thought he played really well.
So no shock that you kind of got in the face of a guy 9 inches
Oh,
tall.
no. 5, if you met 5's mom, well, she's got a lot of swag to her. Just absolutely adore her spirit. And Dad is make him hold the line, never give him an inch. He's been raised with a well-rounded perspective. He's very intelligent. There's a lot thrown at those freshmen. We're asking a lot of KJ. We're asking a lot of 5. We were asking a lot of Chris before he got hurt. And I think he's getting better. I think 5 is getting better.
Any update on Clark?
I mean, he's still in the boot. I don't know. I haven't asked. I know the 2 doctors, I think, so yesterday would have been his 2-week post-op appointment. It went fine. But, I mean, they just take the boot off and go, your foot still works, so it's not really anything. No, he's full-time practice. He's really helping us. Man, you talk about a guy I love. Guy plays so hard, tough. We miss. They would not have shot 59% with Med Hill out there.
Thank you, Coach.